The Inner City Crusaders proudly present the ICC pro-marriage program. Hello, my name is Parrish Black, and I'm founder and president of the Inner City Crusaders. The Inner City Crusaders is a non-profit, tax-exempt, conservative Christian organization that caters to the spiritual needs of all Americans. The general mission of the Inner City Crusaders is to install a conservative gospel into the inner cities, to instill parishes' prophecies into the inner cities, and to implement conservative values back into the inner cities. This is the ICC pro-marriage demo, and in this pro-marriage demo, the ICC will speak about, in our opinion, the negative effect the sexual revolution had upon our American society. And we believe, in our opinion, that the sexual revolution that began in the mid-60s had promoted cohabitation. And by the sexual revolution promoting cohabitation, we believe that cohabitation has been practiced more often by most American people, liberal people, in America's inner cities and major cities, to the point where people do not want to marry. They just want to, as an old term is used, and I will use this old term, it's called shacking up. The new term is called cohabitation. Nevertheless, is a man and a woman living together and acting together as married people. We believe that the sexual revolution had negatively affected the mindset of American men to practice cohabitation. We believe that the sexual revolution had negatively affected the American men, spirit and soul. We also believe that the sexual revolution promotion of cohabitation had negatively affected the mindset, the spirit, and the soul of the American women. Also, we believe that the sexual revolution had negatively affected the mindset, the spirit, the soul of the American men and women that practice cohabitation, immediate family. And in general, we also believe that the sexual revolution had negatively affected the communities that houses are populated by men and women that practice, men and women and their immediate family that practice cohabitation. We believe up to date that the phrase most people like to still use is, oh, marriage is but just a piece, a paper, gives another evidence what the sexual revolution has done to the American society, negatively affected the American society, where you have people literally saying on television, marriage is nothing but a piece of paper, meaning it means nothing. There's no value. People are taught and people are believing that. People divorce because of financial difficulties. Back in the old days, financial difficulties would never break up a marriage. It would bring a married man and a married woman together and build a marriage strong. They'll become stronger during financial difficulties because they would have to rely on each other. And they marry not for money, they marry because they love each other. So the ICC have a program which we believe, in theory, which will be used by people who come and participate in our pro-marriage program, will be a positive role model when they do marry. We believe that a man who practice, or a man who will come to our program and implement our pro-marriage program will married, and then that man, mindset, his spirit and soul will be positively affected from our program. We believe that a woman that comes to our program, our pro-marriage program, we believe in theory that when she leaves our program, that her mindset will be positive, because she, most likely will get married from our program. That her mindset, her spirit and soul will be affected positively through our program. We believe that a man, a woman who comes to our program and leave our program and hopefully get married, we believe that the man and the woman, immediate family, will be affected positively. And in a bigger way, we believe that a man, a woman, and their immediate family that come to our program and practice what our program teaches will affect their community in a positive way. The Bible says here in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1, about marriage. Listen, it says, "It is good for a man not to touch a woman, nevertheless to avoid fornication." Okay? And we know that when people cohabitate and they eventually somewhere down the line do marry, statistics shows that people who have first cohabitated or shacked up, when they marry, their marriage almost 9 times out of 10 fall apart. They end up divorcing, and that's why it's not good to cohabitate. We believe that you should court or date, fall in love, court, date, and then, marry the person. And listen what it says here. It continues in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Nevertheless, once again, I will say, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, it says here, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. So this is what our motto is in our pro-marriage program. Let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Thank you for your time. May God bless you. Thank you.